We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India. With more than 450 affiliated colleges in its fold operating across 5 zones of the state, GTU, the International Innovative University, your place to move forward.
Namaste friends, I am Professor Sanket Rawal from the Apollo Institute of Engineering Technology. Today we'll see the array in programming C, which is most important topic in the programming C, and this is an important topic for the PPA subjects which comes in the first year. Now we will see the definition of the array. So what is an array? So I will tell you guys in simple ways. The array is nothing but a group of elements, but we will see the definition, exact definition in the programming C. So what can be the definition in the programming C? First we'll see describe the definition, and we will see the one by one the important words in the definition. Okay, so first check the definition. So array is nothing but array is a fixed size sequential collection of elements of the same data type. Now I just underline the important words. See, the first word is fixed size. We'll take the pen. So what is the meaning of the fixed size in the array? When we declare array in the programming C, it means we can never change the size of the array in our program. Okay, throughout the program, it is not available to change the size of the array. So that is called the fixed size. So one word is clear. Second thing is sequential collection. So for this one, we will take one example. Just take your example, your classroom. In one class, there are so many students are gathered. Okay, and they can be identified by their roll numbers, and roll number is which is in a sequential manner. Okay, so that is one example, and same thing over here in our array. So our elements which are collected in the one group, and that can be identified the one in the sequential order. Okay, so that is the second word is also clear. And third one, the same data type. Same data type means what? We will take one more example for the same data type also. Just take the example once again, the classroom. For example, in the branch of the information technology, you can see the all students are from which are coming to in the same class, that are from the IT class. In the computer classroom, you can just identify the all students are from the computer branch. In the mechanical branch, the all students will become from the mechanical branch. So these students having a same branch. Okay, the same thing over here in the programming C, we have the data types like integer, float, double. These are the data types. When we declare one array in the programming C, it means the array is defined with the same data type and the elements having a same data type. For example, integer defined a of 5 size means the array is defined with the size of the 5, and all the 5 elements are with the in the same data type, means they should have all the elements having the integer type. We'll take the example for this one, and we can define array like this one, a with the square bracket, and we can define the number of elements in the curly braces. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, these are the elements, and they are stored in one array with the name of the A. The second thing is we can also define with the size of the array, which is popular method to define an array, name of the variable in the square bracket. We will identify, we can just declare the size of the array. This is the size of the array which is cannot be never changed. Okay, so this will never change in our program. Okay, and these all elements will be stored in this array. Okay, so this thing is how this is the thing, this is the example of the array, and this all the elements having the same type. Clear? Now we'll see how to describe an array in our program, and how can this all elements can be identified. For this example, we will take one array a of 5, and it is a type of the integer, I will write down the name of the array, and this is the integer array, means data type is integer, and all elements should be stored in this array. Now there are two main things in the array. One is index number, second one is data information, or you can also say the element, or you can say the item. Okay, I will call these are the items. So for these things I will just define one is index number, means as you are in the class example, okay, you have a roll number, that is your index, and this item is there. Okay, means these are our items are there. Now to define an array, suppose you want to just store one array, this element 11 into the array. Okay, so we have to give the index number and we will store the element. Okay, so this kind of thing is possible like this one. Okay, so we'll give the 0 index number to the 11, 1 to the 12, 2 to the 13, and 3 to the 14, and 4 to the 14. Now see these things in the array. By default the index number is always start with the 0, means whenever you just declare one array, automatically it gives the 0 index number to the first element. Now see guys, here we have a index number from 0 to 4, and we have the size is 5, means we have the 5 elements, but the index is starting from the 0 to up to n minus 1. So this is the thing, how can we just declare the array, how can we describe the array, okay, and how can we store the elements in the array. Clear? So this is the things. For these things now we will take one example in the program also. Okay, let's check the program. So guys, we have the two main important libraries. One is standard input output, and one is second one is the console input output. Okay, in our program. Now I would like to call the main function, which is important, and every C program having a one main function that we know, and we'll create the same array a of 5, and we'll just give the element 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we will now suppose we want to fetch the array and we want to print this all the elements on the screen, so that we'll call the printf function, and it is integer type array, so we'll call the write down the percentage %d, and I will write down the a of 0 with the index number a of 0, and for this call we will write a of 0. This represents 0 index number. This will identify the value at the identity of the 0, means the position of the index number 0, what are the elements will be called, and it will be printed on the screen. So for this same thing I will just do the copy paste for this one with the new line. Once again we'll copy this thing, and we can write down or fetch the array like this one. So this is the way to fetch the one value from the array one by one. Okay, or particularly we can fetch the values from the array. We will run the program. First we will just build this program and we'll see is there any error. So there is no error in our program. Okay, you can see it over here, there is no error, and now we will run the program. Now see, the 11 is fetched by the 0 index number. Here this is our 0 index number. 12 is fetched by the 1 index number. 13 is fetched by 2. Same over here, the all index numbers are fetched the all the elements 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now guys, suppose you want to this is the way to fetch the all the elements particularly one by one. Suppose you want to print all the elements in the one single method, so we will use the for loop for that. If you want to use the for loop, we'll initialize the one variable I, and I would like to just code for the for loop, and we all know how to just create the for loop. I is equal to 0, and we have to just print from 0 to 4 value. So I will write down I less than 5, or you can also write down the I less or equal to 5. Both are correct. I plus plus, and in the square curly bracket I will just copy this thing in our code, and we will remove these things. And for this one I will just write down the ampersand is over here, and I will write down the I variable. This I will print over here. It will print the index number over here, and it will fetch the value for over here. So it will automatically detects the values from the I using the for loop, and it will print the values. Okay, the output will be the same, which I have already seen for this one. So first we will close this output, and then we'll again run this program. So we got the output. The output will be same over here. Now see, suppose we don't call or don't declare the value of a of 4, then what happened? We have declared the array with the 4 values, and we are going to print the 5 values. Okay, so this is the important thing. Then what should be happen with the 5 value? It should be the garbage value, or it should be another else. So for that I will just close this window, and we will just print the array. Now remember one thing, we have the 0, 1, 2 and 3 values are only. We haven't declared the value for the index number 4. Okay, so what things can be happen? This is the question, and this is the important question in the programming scene. This can be asked in the many examinations, and we will run this program. See guys, we got the output. This is not a garbage value, but it's a 0. So remember these things. Whenever you declare the array and the value which is not given, which is not identified, which is not given the index number, so automatically index number will reflect the value with the 0. Thank you friends. This is a simple thing of the array. These are the basic things. Suppose you want to store the values not directly, okay, then you have to use again a for loop like this one. I will just copy this for loop again and copy over here, and we'll use the scanf function over here, which is very simple. And for this one, %d, and I have to just type recall the address of the array a of I like this one. So we will just store the values in the array like this one at the runtime. And but see, at runtime store the value in array. Now revise the definition. What is the array? Array is a fixed size sequential collection of elements of the same data type. Now in that, the first word is the fixed size collection. Fixed size means what? When in the runtime, suppose you want to you have declared the array with the size of the 5, and at the runtime I cannot change the size of the array. If I have defined the array with the size of 5, so it is that I can capable to store the values only the 5 values. Okay, I cannot change the size of the array. So this is the thing in the array. So the definition in the programming is like this. Okay, why it is called the fixed size array. Okay, so this is the method to store the values at the runtime. First we'll close the output. Once again we'll build the program. It is asking to insert the values over here: 20, 21, 22, 23, 50. Okay, so we can store the array. Sorry, we can store the values in the array at the runtime like this one, and we can print using the for loop. Okay, so these things can be possible with the array. We can create the many program in the array like this one. We can calculate the summation of the values from the array. Okay, so almost many programs can be done by the array. In the next video, we will see the multidimensional array, how to create the multidimensional array, and how to perform addition of the two matrix in the array. Namaste friends.